Welcome back to another episode of What Is. Well, I discuss a mechanic from MMO and other games, and also PSO2 New Genesis, which is what we're going to be talking about today. But a funny mechanics that either is not playing very well, or you might just need some more information or curious about. And today, on this subject, we are going to talk about in-quarter chain passes inside New Genesis, how to use them, how to get them, and also how to not get whipped off by spinning star gems to actually change around your character outfits. So with that, if you are new here or if you find that video helpful in any way, shape, or form, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit all the bells below, and of course look at the wonderful membership with more information on that later. So with that, let's go ahead, let's get into this, let's discuss in-quarter chain passes. So in-quarter chain passes are items that are exclusive to New Genesis. There is a version of this you can get in bait PSO, but you can tell which one in New Genesis because of the N in front of it. And the items are used in the salon, which we will go into momentarily, to change the quarter of your outfits to give you a little more options when it comes to, outfits and quartering them to your liking. So to start off, there is a few ways to get your hands on these. These are, of course, given out sometime for like campaigns or given out as rewards / apologies whenever something bad happens, such as a server outage or, something of that sort. But the way to actually get them normally, though, is you can get them a few ways. So let's go ahead and start with some of the more common way to get this, which is of course by looking at your login bonuses. So these will be given to you every 2 weeks or so if you are someone who pays for premium. Sadly, you don't really get them that often from the free track, but if you want to be guaranteed to get them, and you're a premium user, just by logging in the case of right now, logging in for 21 days straight will get you one of the items. But for anyone out there that be more of the free-to-play player here, you can of course go ahead and head on over to your mission paths. So in the mission path, sadly, Elite when it comes to Season 1, there is no real way to get it for free technically. But if you are someone who have picked up the Gold Paths, or if you're someone who happened to just got enough star gems from the special draw to actually get your hand on the gold paths, you can find these Elite in Season 1 over here on rank 30. You will get you one of these, and honestly, that probably some of the easier and better way to actually get this for the time being. But with that being said, there is a one more other way to do this. And then the net way to get them is by heading on over to the shop here and going to scratches. These items you can get also by just point scratches, maybe AC scratches, HE scratches. There are chances, depending on the whatever loot box is happening at the moment of scratches, that you can get your hands on these. Another thing about these, you would notice some of the scratches itself at for like being X amount of money or draws, you will unlock items, and you can also find them in here as well. In the case of this right now, for doing 40 pulls of the Pacific loot box / scratch, you can get your hands on one of these passes as well. So once you actually have some of the items, you want to make sure to actually have them in your inventory, because if it's not in your inventory, sadly, you will not actually be able to use them in the salon at the moment. But for now, let's go ahead, let's jump into the salon. The salon can be found in Central City at the time of that video. It does seem like there is going to be one out in the desert, but at the time of that video, once again, desert is not available. So for the time being, we're going to go ahead and use the salon in Central. You will notice it's a salon because it had that like purple hue above it. And also you would know it like characters being on like the billboard. So we're going to go ahead and talk to the NPC here and enter the salon. The thing is, you will get a little bit of a warning here saying, of course, this is I get technically a microtransaction type of thing. Since we doing your character will require a few things, might it be distant passes or star gem. But for this video, we are exclusively going to stick to the end quarter pass. If you want more information on the other passes in New Genesis, let me know and I will get to work on them videos. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into editing our fashion, since quarter chain passes are exclusive to be you for, well, your outfit. So if you go ahead and head into fashion, you will notice a layer wheel. If you go ahead and select it, you will notice two things. You can of course change your base wheel as well as your inner wheel. And each of these will have two quarters tied to each of these. And these will be for the majority of the outfits. Just know there is of course the ability to change outfit quarter on PSO2 items, but that is a little more convoluted, which is another video upon itself here. But you can go ahead and tell what are New Genesis item by of course the more wider grayish background and also the little symbol in the white, which will also tell you the New Genesis item. So these are the items and outfit we want to pay the most attention to. So let's go ahead, change your outfit here, and back out. And from here, you can go ahead and either pick whatever color you want from here, or you can go ahead and use the more like, I get very much disengaged of whatever color that you want to use. If you don't want to use like the default, or the default ones here are not to your liking, but nonetheless, once you actually change your outfit around, you are pretty much good to go on that. But there is something to keep in mind here, which is of course tied to cat's paw. Cat paws also have the ability to use the passes as well. The only Disney cat pieces will actually get 4 Disney quarters instead of the 2 that normal outfit get. But there is a little exception to cat pieces. Cat's pieces will use pretty much any pat when it comes to quarter chain. So since cat pieces are not really updated one way or another for New Genesis, if you got a PSO version of it pass or New Genesis pack, you can use it to change these. So if you have a whole bunch of them say up from bait PSO and you're a cat player or you like Mecha Gundam design, you will be good to go here. But as far as the quarter stuff, there is one other thing to look at here, which is of course our accessories. Accessories are extremely unique because these are not technically require you to use any passive, but let's talk about them anyway real quick. Which is of course if you choose any of the New Genesis outfits or attachment or accessory, once again you will know the difference in between the background quarter and also higher quality. But if you pick any of these, you will be able to change the quarter of these. At least if there is an option here which will say advanced setting. And once you go ahead and figure out what accessory you want, if any, you will go ahead, go to the advanced setting, and you will have 2 options here, which is main quarter and sub quarter. So from here, you can go ahead and change each of the as you see fit. To whatever you desire to have. The thing is about accessory, the item do not require a quarter chain pass at all. You can chain the for 100% for free. The only thing is we are a little more limited here as far of what is listed, and most of the time they will match whatever quarter you got on your character. So once you are happy with your character quarters on your outfit, maybe a good idea to come to your accessory and met with these as well. Once again, accessories are totally free to change the quarter up. So once you got your character ready to go here, there are a few things you can do. You can go ahead and just say save setting. You will get a warning letting you know like, hey, you need to have a pass. If you want to change the quarter, you will go ahead and say yes if you are happy. If you do not have a quarter chain pass on you, or you just don't have one at all, but you want to change the way your character look and see how they would normally look, there is a easy way to do this, which is called once you are good to go, you want to go ahead and head on down here to that photo icon. And from here, you want to go ahead and save your data. Name it whatever you want, and it will be saved for a later date, and you can come back later and load it just by loading character data and picking from the list of whatever that outfit was named. And if you want to update it, all you have to do is, of course, name it the exact same thing that you named it originally, and it will auto update. And then the other thing we can do here is, if you once again just want to see what things look like, but you don't really want to, bin the Coral Chain Pad or the Star Gem to actually update your character, and you're still getting the error, or not really error, but still getting the pop-up saying like, hey, you need to pay this, and you don't know exactly what you change, and you want to figure it out without having to completely redo your whole character, the best way to see what you have changed is come down to review changes, and from here you will get a list of everything you have changed, such as accessory, quarter, body type, and whatnot. And you would notice any quarter that would take one of these passes will have the little symbol next to it for the Coral Chain Pad, and you can just go ahead and unequip it or uncheck mark it, and that will go ahead and set your character back to default. And of course you can do that pretty much for everything. Uncheck everything, your character go back to the way it was when you originally entered the salon itself. But pretty much when you're good to go, you will go ahead, hit save changes, or in the case of me, I'm just going to go ahead and back out because I don't want to actually change the quarter on my character at the moment. And then you are pretty much good to go. The only thing about this is, of course, once you get out of the salon, depending on what light settings you have on and your setting overall, since, lighting and quarter as a origin quest start happening, like I was saying, if your lighting stuff it isn't by any means in your setting, your character don't look quite right or lead to your liking, do not worry. You do have a great period to run back to the salon and to change it back or change it to something else, or just kind of tweak it to it look the way you want. Since lighting outside of the salon can be a little bit different than it is out and about. So you will have a good, I want to say 30 minutes to an hour. I'm not 100% sure on the exact time, but I know it's a decent amount of time and a decent amount of great period for you to get back in the salon and fix up your character. And that also goes for if you start changing body parts as well with some of the other passes or Star Gems. So something to keep in mind now as you are working on your character. But with that, that is pretty much everything you need to know about the Coral Chain Passage. If you have found it helpful in any way, shape, or form, make sure you do thumbs up, subscribe, hit all the bells, and also if you do want to support the channel beyond that and would like to get some perks in return, make sure to hit that wonderful join button below and be like all the wonderful people here on YouTube, or of course come on over to patreon.com/Maconn if you want to support that way, or twitch.tv/TroyMaconn to help out on Twitch. And with that, that will do it for me, and I'm going to go ahead and see you all in the comments.